first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Mahomes now on first down. They'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
They find some open field here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 20. 39 yards there, a big one. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point, the run even better.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Second down and goal. Mahomes. Oh, that'll be incomplete.
Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Mahomes takes it himself, and he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense for the Broncos, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, 29 yards.
And the Chiefs are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
A couple of veterans, Wilson to Sutton there for the Bronco first.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They go play action now. Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. 68 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great...
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Patrick Mahomes with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year.
And the Chiefs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From the 29, Wilson over the middle, complete to Judy.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
It's a room to maneuver. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Extra point from McManus is good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
3 and 5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5 and 5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3 and 6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
On play action, it's Mahomes.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter, 21-7.
Yellow, yellow.
Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 44, Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes. Now he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be out down inside. At the 15.
A gain of 18 on the play. And a first down for Chiefs.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself not just so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The Broncos at 5-3 now on the year. And they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. I guess that was a little better. He got back to the line of scrimmage there after the loss on 1st down, but now you're still dealing with a 3rd and long.
So let's put on our offensive coordinator hat. They've been very aggressive against the run the last 2 plays. I'm thinking screen right here. Let him come get the quarterback and dump it off, and there could be some room to roam.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Broncos send out their punter now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that Plague did on the last one. Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance, knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Mahomes going to throw. And able to complete it to Moreau. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Mahomes to throw once more. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And again, it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. Throwing now is Mahomes. Out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wilson now off the bootleg. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A very solid gain of 27. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
This one is caught. It's Moore.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now here's Mahomes. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wilson.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. Now it's Wilson.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
14.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 10.
They go play action with Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 46. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will have a Chiefs first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Mahomes going to throw it here. Finding more on the out route for the completion. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me